Hi, it's John and welcome to the channel. It is Thursday, December the 26th, Boxing Day. I hope you had a great Christmas. I certainly did. My wife unexpectedly bought me this Motorola Razr foldable phone. Very, very cool. You know, phones are getting too big. Comments below. Do you think so? I think people are walking around with tablets in their pocket. I've got my big blue mug of coffee back once again. I might be a little conspiratorial today, maybe a little pessimistic. You know, I'm a believer that past behavior is a good way to predict future behavior. I don't think that's true all of the time, but I think it can be most of the time. I'm going to talk about Jagmeet Singh today, particularly when it comes to that. But I want to talk about Trudeau and Poilievre a little bit today as well. Now, what do we know about the federal NDP? Well, they had a supply and confidence agreement with the Liberals for quite some time, supporting the government on everything they did. But Singh said he ripped it up back in September. Now, we all know that really didn't happen because after that, Singh and the NDP continued to vote in favor of the Liberal government. So the agreement was not ripped up at all. And many people are saying they don't believe Jagmeet Singh when he says he's not going to support Trudeau and the Liberals after Parliament returns on January 27th. A lot of people are saying that. I'm saying that as well. Past behavior is a good way to predict future behavior. But what's bringing this on is an article I read the other day, which I thought was quite interesting. It was in the National Post, written by Christopher Nardi. Here it is on the screen right now. What could happen to the Liberal government? 3 possible scenarios for the House of Commons. Justin Trudeau is reportedly taking the holiday break to reflect on his future. That means a lot can happen by the time the House of Commons resumes on January the 27th. Interesting enough, if you read this article and you go to the web page for the Post, there's actually 4 things in here. But I think there's another thing that was missed in this article, which I think is possible as well. And it's something you should be frightened about because it could end up costing you some money. So what are the things that it says in this article? Well, the 4th one that you talk about, we'll go to that one first. Poilievre asked the Governor General to reconvene Parliament for a confidence vote. Can that happen? Now, according to the person that Mr. Nardi talked to in this article, there is no obligation by the Governor General to follow through with anything the leader of the opposition, Pierre Poilievre, says. That's not likely going to happen. But what are the other 3 things? Well, 1, Justin Trudeau steps down as Liberal leader. 2, Trudeau stays on as Liberal leader. Both of those definitely possible. And 3 is the one I'd love to see happen. Trudeau dissolves Parliament in the next few weeks, sparking an election. And I've mentioned that in a previous video. It'd be great if he did this early enough to deny Jagmeet Singh his pension on February the 25th. But there is a 5th thing I think that's missing here. I've mentioned before that Trudeau is dangerous and desperate. And I think Jagmeet Singh is as well. Now, both of these men are possibly going to lose their seats, definitely going to lose a lot of their power in government. And, you know, Jagmeet Singh is dangerous and desperate and is going to lose a lot of influence with government. But he might think there's an opportunity to stop the bleeding a little bit. I think right now the Conservatives have 50% popularity in the country, leading the Liberals by, I think, over 20% at this point. A huge majority coming. But Singh might go to Trudeau, and this is the thing I'm thinking about, and say, listen, maybe we can save ourselves a little bit and maybe limit the damage in October, assuming that's when the election happens. I will continue to support you if you give me some stuff. Now, he has had some influence in government. In the past, dental program, pharmacare program, which are far too costly and don't help enough Canadians. They're really not great programs. I mean, we've got a healthcare system that's falling apart right now. Do we want that to happen with our dental and our pharmacare? No, but he's got that stuff and he may want some more things, and maybe Trudeau will want to save his skin, or at least save his party a little bit and go along with what Singh wants. So what would Singh possibly need and what would he want? So I'm thinking very, very left-wing thing to do. He needs to get young people voting for his party, or at least vote to keep the Liberals in, because they're both going to do this together and they're both been supporting each other. He says he wants free tuition. Now, I say free tuition. It's not free. It is taxpayer funded, but he wants free tuition for anybody in this country that wants a post-secondary education. So he starts with that. And then he says, I would like to see loan forgiveness for students. Now, I looked this up, and here it is on the screen right now. If you look at this, the average loan debt for students in this country is $28,000, with Ontario holding most of that debt. And that is vote rich and riding rich Ontario. So he wants to do that. And it just so happens, if you look on the NDP website, they've got that on there. They want to start with forgiving up to $20,000 in student debt. And he says, start there, and there could be more. But $20,000 will go a long way to buy some votes from young people the Liberals and the NDP desperately need. So what else could he possibly want? He's got some young people. We could go after a guaranteed income. Guaranteed income. Well, what do they mean by that? Well, guaranteed income is actually on the NDP website, and here it is right here. We're ready to lift seniors and those living with disabilities out of poverty with a guaranteed livable income. So now he's got free tuition and loan forgiveness for young people. He's got seniors in there as well with a guaranteed income. Who else could he possibly buy off? Well, it's possible he could go after what's called a living wage. And here it is on the NDP website. What is a living wage? Well, basically, it's an opportunity to pay federal employees more money. Now, the Liberals raised it to $15 an hour. Then they raised it to, I believe it's at $17.30 an hour right now. But the NDP want it to go to $20 an hour. So that would affect, I think, 30 to 40,000 federal employees. But if you actually look at what it says on the NDP website, right around the area, you see that red line where it says living wage. They also want paid sick leave and stronger bargaining rights. So that means for unions, and that would take in pretty much everybody that works for the federal government. And as we know, the federal government has grown by 40% under Justin Trudeau over the last couple of years. And there are hundreds of thousands of people that would benefit by this deal that Singh would make with Justin Trudeau. So that's a lot of stuff that could go out there and that he could ask for, and he'd say, I will support you if you pass this stuff and we work on this stuff together. Now, whether the 50 or so people who say they're not supporting Trudeau anymore with the Liberals would go along with this, but they're all trying to save themselves as well. So this is some of the stuff I think that could happen over the next little while. And there's a saying, I think it was George Bernard Shaw who said, the politician that robs Peter to pay Paul will always have a friend in Paul. And here's the other thing that's kind of interesting. Jagmeet Singh is the MP for Burnaby South, which is in British Columbia. And Trudeau is not taking a vacation to the sunny south this year. He is going on a skiing vacation in British Columbia over the next couple of weeks. I wonder if there's a possibility for Jagmeet Singh and Justin Trudeau to meet up together in BC. What do you think? Conspiracy theory? Being pessimistic? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.